Hello, I'm Janna and welcome back to the Crafty Corner. Today we're going to be having some fun playing with a Tim Holtz Etcetera Tag, and we're going to be making a fantastic apothecary with lots and lots of potions. If you'd like to see exactly which supplies we're going to be using here today, go ahead and pause here. All right, let's head over to the Crafty Corner. So we're going to be jumping in and making a mixed media tag. I do not use these nearly enough, but while I was cleaning some things up, I found one of my large Etcetera tags by Stampers Anonymous and Tim Holtz. So we're going to be creating a fun Halloween scene on here, and I decided that we're going to be making an apothecary with all sorts of fun potion bottles and a fun background, and we even get to use this paper doll that we altered earlier. So let's go ahead, clear the deck, and get started. We're going to be starting by creating a base of white gesso on the Etcetera tag, and then we'll be able to start collaging over the top, and then we'll get into the fun part of putting together all of our potions. So we're just sliding things off to the side. There we go. Then we'll take our tag, place that here. Let's zoom in just a little bit. Perfect. That fits very nicely. Now we're just going to add some white gesso over the top. Gotta give that bottle a good shake. I'm running out and I'm going to need more gesso pretty soon. So let's see here. Maybe I can just tap some out. We'll take the lid off. There we go. That's good, I hope. And we'll get a paintbrush and move that around and then dry it off. So, paintbrush, good. It's got a little bit of green on it, but you know what? I don't need this to be perfectly white. We just need a white-ish type of background. So, we're just going to spread that around so that we've got a good clean surface to work on. Okay. So, yep, I want the hole on this side. We're working in landscape today. That's not my typical go-to for tags. Normally I like to do portrait, but just because of the way the apothecary is going to set itself up, landscape is the only way to go. All right, I'm going to add a little water, thin this out just a tad, and we'll keep moving that paint around. There we go. Almost halfway there. Just need to brush the rest of that out, and then I'll have a little bit of cleanup to do. Okay. Love the gesso. It's nice and thick and opaque, and will give us a really good foundation to work on. Okay, so now I'm just kind of smoothing everything out, making sure that our coverage is good, trying to make sure I don't have any paint chunks on here. Okay, almost done. That is good. Okay, there we go. So next, we're just going to give this a quick dry, and then we'll start collaging right over the top. But in the meantime, how about if we assemble some potions? Okay, let's bring in our potion bottles. We've got these large ones that we're going to be altering with a bit of alcohol ink. I think I need to bring in a little bit of paper so that those will show up just a bit better. And those bottles are from the Biggs die set, Bottled Up. Haven't used this one in ages, so this was a great time to bring those out. I love the different sizes, and we're going to use some alcohol ink to give them some more personality. So I've got some cardstock here, and we're just going to use that as a temporary background as we add some color to these. So I've got some of the felt circles, and I'm just going to dab this on. I could put it on one of the blending tools, but I just thought this would be easier. So I'm just going to dab that, and might as well do the entire bottle. We're looking at the bottle, and I'm trying to get some of those dotted splotches. So I'm going to just keep tapping until it starts to get a bit splotchy. Let's zoom in a bit so we can see what's going on. Okay, So I'm just going to keep dabbing. I'm trying to get those really cool splotches so that I can get some texture going. Ah, there we go. It's starting to show up. Okay, yeah, there we go. Those dots are just what I want. Okay, so that's bottle number 1 all set. Very good. I'll put that off to the side. And let's see here. Let's go for some crimson next. And I want one of the, where is it? I want the short little bottle. Then I think we'll move on to some monsoon and some mojito after. Okay, so just gonna open the bottle up and add a bit more to the felt. Okay, and I'll just take the other side of the felt. Whoop, that's a bit more than I needed, and now I'm just a tad red. Okay, let's go ahead. I'll just dab that on. There. And this is crimson. That's a nice bright red. Okay, didn't take much. So that's good. There's our crimson. Set that down, and this is going to just go away. Now let's go for the monsoon. Okay, and after the monsoon, we'll go for some mojito. And then I'll finish up with some dandelion. Okay. Got our monsoon. We'll add a bit to the side. Great. And start dabbing. So just quickly tapping this down. Try to get color. Such a good stormy blue. I love it. I don't know why, but I'm kind of like getting beach glass vibes. Kind of just thinking sea glass with this. Okay. Pretty good. Put that off to the side. And now for some mojito. Got another bottle. Great. Put that right on here. And I'll just start tapping that out again. Ooh, so bright. Love it. It'll be fun having like different sized potion bottles in this. And hopefully the white is going to help make these pop even more as a background. Okay. There we go. That's good. And now for our last one. And this will need some dandelion. Okay. And just a little bit on here. Perfect. Ooh, that is so bright. Very sunshine. Okay. And we are good. So that will be round 1 of potion bottles. Next, we're going to be pulling in some more. This is from an older die set that I love bringing out for Halloween. That would be this Sizzix set. And this is Laboratory. I love all those beakers and potion bottles. They are so fun. So we're going to be putting those together next. And I've got all my pieces right here. I cut a bunch of the bottles out of some clear Duralar, and now we're going to match them up with their colorful bases, and we'll have yet another wonderful set of potion bottles to play with. Okay, so we are going to need a bit of collage medium. There we go. And let's start assembling. So I die cut all these little potion bases out of some scraps. I've got a mixture of distress inks. We've got some watercolors going on. All sorts of stuff. And we're just going to set that in here, and then that gives us our bottle. I've got some lids to use too, but I thought we'd get the bottle portion done first. Well, you know what? Let's do some of the lids right now, and then we can put the rest of this on fast forward as we continue assembling these fun potions. So off to the side, I have a stack of lids that we're going to be using. We got some big ones, some small ones, some medium ones, and these are just going to go onto the potion bottles and give them kind of like a finishing touch. Oh, that's slippery. Let's try to pick that up. There we go. So we can just take that and put that right here. And that gives us a finished bottle. All right, let's go ahead and put everything else on fast forward. Here are the finished potion bottles. I am loving these. They look so good with all the different colors here and the clear bottles. So we're going to go ahead and set these aside. We'll let them dry, and we're going to be bringing in another set of potion bottles. I want to have all sorts of variety for this apothecary. So I thought it'd be fun to also bring in something from this year's vault set. So let's just clear these off, and then we'll take a look at the next set. I'm just trying to carefully put these off to the side so that they can finish drying while we work on the other bottles. Because right now they are kind of slipping and sliding everywhere. Okay. So we've got those, we'll move them off to the side, and I absolutely had to bring in Vault Wicked, and that has some fantastic potion bottles right here. Now, I've got those right here. They're kind of small, and we'll zoom in so that we can see what we're doing with these. And I'm just going to add a bit of color to them with some more alcohol ink. I'm actually going to use the little pieces that I was working with earlier. We're just going to dab that on because the sparkle is easy to alter. It's very similar to the alcohol ink sparkle cardstock, so we might as well use that to our advantage and alter these. Okay. Looks like I will need to open up the monsoon. Get a little dab of that, and then we'll go in for some mojito. But I don't need too much, just enough to dab this on and give us some beautiful color on here. Okay, there we go. That's good. Now, how about a dash of mojito for the next one? And then I'll finish off with some, I think, wild plum. That'd be good. Okay, I got that. A little drop of this. Yeah, I want to do that little bottle with the green. Okay, these are going to be nice and sparkly. Okay, there we go. And let's go for that last one. We want some wild plum now. Okay, got that. We've got this. And we'll just give that a little dab. Ooh, I am liking that color quite a bit. That is nice and vivid. Very cool. All right, so the last thing that I want to do with these is add the little label pieces. And I've got 4 little pieces right here. And I'm actually just going to flip them over so that the white side is showing instead of the sparkle. Wait a minute. I got to try at least one with the sparkle just to see how it's going to come out. Maybe I'll like that, but maybe I'll like the white side better. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to put that on here. Ooh, you know, too sparkly. Going to go with the white side. Love sparkle, but I don't need that much sparkle this time. So let's take that. We're just flipping that over so it looks kind of like a label. Neat. And we'll do the same with the others. Okay, got that. A little dab. Place that here. Yeah, I like it with the white labels. That works pretty well. A little bit there, a little bit here. And we'll just turn this one over. Okay, ooh, like that. And then we've got this one. We've got another label. All right, so those would be our 4 sparkly potion bottles from Vault Wicked. Now let's go ahead and check back in on our tag. So our tag is all nice and dry. Now it's time to start altering it. Now for alterations, we're going to be pulling in some of this year's collage sheets. And I have got all sorts of fun layers for us to play with. So we've got lots and lots of choice. So these are all the main elements that I'm thinking about working with. But first, I do want to put down the collage sheets, and then we can start building. So I need to grab some collage medium, and let's start altering. So I've got that. I'm just going to apply this very generously over the top. Okay, and that should get everything down nice and easy. So just spreading that around. And don't forget, if you don't like glue on your fingers, you can always use a dabber or some foam, a sponge, a paintbrush. Anything is possible. I just don't mind the glue on my fingers, and I still believe it is the fastest way to apply glue when you're in a hurry and to feel whether or not you've got any lumps and bumps in your glue or a glue buildup. So there we go, and a little bit of glue on the fingers. Wipe it off on a towel. Great. Now I'm going to just give this a little spray because I am going to be collaging. And let's see here. We'll put this one down first. It's going to go to the edge. There we go. I'm just going to carefully move that. All right. That looks good. Spray that. And add another layer of glue. Not a heavy layer, but a light layer, just to make sure that everything is in place and won't run away on us. So as you can see, we can see everything through that layer of collage. When you add that little bit of water, it helps make the paper more translucent so that you can really build up layers. Like you could probably see stamped images through this as well. What I really love about the collage paper is that it looks like we actually stamped right onto our painted tag. And I just love building up layers like that. Okay, now we're going to add the next piece. Just going to move that over just a hair. I'm going to have this almost overlap, but not quite. Let's see here. Right there is good. And we'll just straighten that out. And let that come down. Okay. There we go. And again, going in, a bit of water, a little bit more glue. That's pretty good. You know what? I actually do need this to overlap because I have another piece that I'm going to be laying down next to it. I forgot about that. So I'm actually just going to turn this and try to angle this a little bit better so that we can get our layers aligned to make sure that I've got enough space for all of the things that I want to add. Okay, just going to slide that until right there. That should work out. All right, now spray it again, get some glue. All right, that is good. And then I'll take the last piece and layer that as well. Okay, that went down really smoothly. Cool. So I'll turn that right back so we're in landscape again. And I just want to make sure that I had plenty of room for this moon. I thought the moon was super, super cool and had to add it. So we're just going to gently press that right on here. Good. And now let's see how things are going to work as we start covering them up. So So I'm starting with this. Okay, maybe down here, because I do want to add this super cool moon that is going to deliberately poke up over the edge. Okay. Now I need a little bit more glue, which I'm going to add to this. These are from Layers, and they are fun. I have not had many opportunities to use these, so I'm really happy that we're getting to include these right now. All right. You know what? I can actually make that a little bit bigger. Extend it like that. There we go. Just keeping that in line. Oh, these are cut just a hair differently. Okay, well, not a problem. We'll just sneak that one up. That must be from 2 different years. The skews must be just a little bit different. And I actually need to go back and tuck this underneath. That is going to be hiding out and giving us some extra curtains. That's going to be cool. I love the stage curtains. It's adding a fun touch of play to this. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to sneak this under here and use that to go here. Okay. Great. That is good. I like how that kind of makes everything look kind of mysterious. And I'll just stick that down. Very good. Okay. All is good. Next, I think we're going to add our apothecary sign. That's good. And I'm going to add more text. Next, we're going to add in our apothecary sign. We'll need some more glue. We'll rub that right on the back. And I'm kind of thinking that I want to add some extra text to the tag as well, because I want this to be called the Blue Moon Apothecary. So I can put the blue and then we can put the word moon over here. And we've got that really cool Gothic text from the Vault Coffin Box die. So I was thinking that would be really fun to add. Okay, so that's as much buildup as I want to do with that for the moment. Ooh, you know what? I could just start sneaking in the potion bottles now. That's kind of the next step of the build, and I can worry about this side after. I kind of want to get that a moment or two to set up. All right, so for these, we're going to use little dots of collage medium, and we'll start building this up. So I'm just going to take some dots and just go right down the center of this, and I'm going to try to blend everything in as much as possible. There we go. We'll start with the bigger bottles in the back. Then I'll work my way towards the front with some of these shorter things. And if these overlap, well, that is just going to give us some really cool color. All right, I think I want this tall one to go. Oh, you know what? That is too tall. I'm going to have to cut that down just a bit. Not a problem. Let's just take that, round it off, and all set. So let's go ahead and take this tall, skinny one. Gonna need more glue. And let's tuck that over here. So we'll go ahead and place this one here. That's good. And I've got 2 more bottles. I'll take this one next. I love how we can see the collage right through this. This is very neat. Let's put that one here. Great. And then I've just got that little red one left. And that's going to look really good right over here. Okay. So that takes care of that. Now we have all sorts of little bottles to fill in as well. So let's start with one of the big ones, and I'll just add a dash of collage medium. There we go. Okay, ooh, this is filling up really nicely. Now I'm thinking I want to make this a little bit more dimensional. So we're going to be pulling in some foam squares. And after I add maybe 3 more of the large bottles, then we'll start dimensionalizing the others. Yeah, I think we'll put those flat, and then the rest of these we're going to be adding foam squares to. That's going to work out really well. Oof. That scene is coming together nicely. All right, so this can go here. And I'm just trying to really keep an eye on where everything is because I want a lot of that really cool collage to show through. And this one right here is good. And that's already tucked in the corner. Perfect. So the rest of these we're going to be popping on to foam squares and building this out dimensionally. So I've got all sorts of foam squares here. And we'll just tick that. Get rid of the little backing and start building. Ooh, this is definitely the fun part. So trying to get as many different shapes and sizes as we can and just set them in different spots so that we get a really interesting dimensional build. Ooh, I've got a green one like that. Okay, let's tuck this one over here. Good. So many choices. I love that. Got another interesting red one. Let's put that. Ooh, it's kind of orangey. There, and let's see, we've got a pink one. You can take that. Let's put that one here. And I've got 3 more like this, and then I'll be down to the little sparkle ones. Okay, we can go there. That'll be fun to like kind of sneak the sparkle ones in like on the sides. That'll be cool. Okay, oop, that needs to go lower. Good. So I'll put that there. Well, I'll put one over on the side. Why not? Yep, that can go here. Now we're down to the little sparkly bottles. And those will fit in nicely. All right. That's one. Ooh, that can go up front. Okay. Is that going to fit? Yes. And how about this blue one? Ooh, I want to put that there. Okay, we've got that. Just trying to make sure everything stays in place. Let's tuck that one here. Just gotta straighten that label. It's trying to wander off on me. Good. And I've got a little green one. Let's see, where can that one hide out? Let's put that here. Yeah, I can put a couple on that side. All right, and then I have a little pink one. And that will be the end of the bottles. Okay. Well, all in all, not bad. That is really fun. I love how colorful all of the potion bottles are. There we go. All right, now we're going to turn our attention over here. So what I want to do is I want to color the moon in, and we're going to be using some Distress Mica Crayon, and we have Harvest Moon. So I'm just going to color that directly on here, and I think I can just get away and smudge that with my finger, and that's just going to add some color. All right. Yep. I can just smush that down with my finger. That's perfect. I love that moon. It's such a fun prop. Very good. And you know what? I do want a little bit with the clouds. Why not? The clouds could use just a little bit of color. And we'll be using some Wonderland to do just a little bit with the clouds. Just blend in a little bit of blue. Okay. A little bit of blue here, a little bit of blue there. That is fun. All right, and I'm happy with that. Next, we have got our manager of the apothecary, and she's just going to hang out right here. And we're just going to use some more collage medium. And I'm thinking she is going to need a hat. So I'm going to go into the sticker book and grab a hat for this witchy lady. So we're just going to leave that here for the moment. I'm going to do a quick trim so I can fit a hat on her. I'm going to grab the sticker book, which is right here. And we need another witch hat. Let's see, what have we got? Perfect. And I want one of the small ones. Okay, we've got a hat. Well, let's put that right on her. Excellent. And we'll just glue her right here. Okay. Ooh, this is coming together really, really well. And the next thing we're going to want is she needs a black cat. So we're just going to pop that cat up on a couple of foams. And now she's got her witchy familiar. So just peel the backing off of that. And the black cat can just hang out right here. Perfect. All right, so we are getting close to finished. So what I'm going to need to do is do a little bit of trimming on the side. And I need to die cut a few more letters, and I want to add something right here. I think I've got maybe a piece of lacy trim that could work, or maybe just a long strip. Ooh, you know what? Perfect. I'm just going to take that and use that right there. That's going to work out well. Not sure why it works, but it does work. Okay, so need more collage medium. We'll scribble that on there. And then we'll stick that right down. Okay, don't need a whole lot. Take that, just squeak that in right here. And perfect. I don't know why, but that works. It makes kind of a nice transition between spots. And I'll just move this potion bottle over a little bit to cover that end. Okay, and let's see, we can move this one over just a little bit too. That works. Awesome. So we'll be back in just a moment after I die cut some more letters, and then we will finish the top part. Okay, so before I start adding in the letters, I want to darken up this portion of the tag. And to do so, we're going to be using a dash of chipped sapphire. So I'm just going to center this. And I'm just going to put a little dot here and a dot over here. There's a bit too much white going on, so I'm just going to smush this out very quickly. And that's going to give us a bit more color. There we go. And I didn't have a paintbrush handy, so I figured why not? I can smudge that out with my finger. And that's very washable. So I'm just gonna do that. There we go. All set. That was a nice, easy way to do an alteration. So the next thing that I want to do is to change our sign just a little bit. I just remembered that I've already got the word the die cut, so I don't really need a second the in the thick board piece as well. So we're just going to cover that up with a little bit of black soot. That'll be the easiest way to modify that. So I've got black soot, teeny tiny half drop, and bam, that is gone. Simple and easy. But now I've got a whole bunch of space. So what to do with that space? Well, very, very easy. We've got some really cool stars from the Idea-ology letter press set. So we can just glue these right in with a dash of collage medium. And the stars really do fit our theme since we have a Witchy Apothecary. So let's set that one here, and we'll do one more over here. Okay. Now let's go ahead and add our other letters. So there are these amazing Gothic letters this year from this set, and this is Vault Coffin Box. I love the Gothic letters. They are so fun, and I just had to add them to the tag. So let's see here. T, H, there we go. We need an E. Okay. Ooh, I do like those letters. So I die cut these out of some black cardstock, and I made sure that we had some double-sided adhesive added to make it that much easier to place. Blue, BL. We've got our U. And next, an E. Okay, good. And moon. Got our M. Oh, I love the detail of the letters. This is definitely a new favorite letter set. Oops, we've got a little bit of chip sapphire here. Don't need that. Moon. We've got our O's. Okay. And then I've got an N. Excellent. So that takes care of all of our lettering. Just got to get that N to stay put. Okay, good. And now for some finishing details. So one thing that I did want to add, and I might need to move the cat just a little bit. So in the Wicked set, there's this really fun mouse, and I thought that would be great to add for our witch to be holding. So that's just going to go over here. And still want our cat, and he can just go right here, I think. Yep, that works. I'll put the cat here. All right. So I had a couple potion bottles slide around on me, so I ended up moving some of them over, and to fill the space, I've got this awesome black pumpkin. So we'll add some glue to him, and that is going to be wrapping up our tag project. All right, so let's go ahead, place that right here. There, I like that. It's a good way to fill that space, and we'll just move that bottle back. Perfect. Well, I would say that our tag is complete. Here is the completed Blue Moon Apothecary tag. Here we've used a whole variety of potion bottles and die cuts to create our apothecary scene, paired with some layers and ephemera from Idea-ology Halloween. And of course, we had to include some of the coffin box Gothic die cuts to give us our title. We also used some star pieces from this year's Idea-ology letterpress set, and we have a pumpkin from Pumpkin Duo. We also got a chance to play with some distressed crayon and some alcohol inks. Thank you so much for joining me here today at the Crafty Corner for some more spooky Halloween fun. Until next time, happy crafting!